with a clapping ovation, add a shout, add a scream. Let's make welcome Short Laugh. A round of applause for Short Laugh, please. Shout for Short Laugh.
All right. I beg people where they allow people enter here. Show now they check where. As they come, I see somebody carry bed and just leave. If this joke were talk, you no laugh. Your family problem plenty. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, my name is MC Short Laugh. I'm a proud Echie boy. If you know you are from Echie, please raise up your hand. Oga, raise up your hand. You see, as if you know you're a proud Echie boy, raise up your hand. They no agree stand up because they are short. Oh my God. I said, ladies and gentlemen, things are happening. Man, I try support some people when they perform. Oh. See this boy wake up now, just they sing. On another they support. On come down. Start to beg. I beg now. Man, I support. Man, I support. I said, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, I'm a comedian that do a lot of things. I don't know for others, We Agenda has a vision that I love so much. They put the people first. And that in mind, they sweet me. Me especially, I get some things where they highlight. Education. Education is nice. Nigeria education is a very nice one. I see, me and my younger brother get admission the same year. The only time where Nigeria sweets me, the same year. I did 300 level now. My younger brother still there year 1E. I don't say this is what I talk now. You the post student and I don't want to laugh. It's not funny. Even Ignatius student, they shout it's not funny. The first time Ignatius student go speak English, it's not funny. I said now too. The same thing apply to our medical center. A lot of things they happen for this River State and the thing they pay me medical center. You can see, you go. The thing where they pay me about River State now. River State Medical Center now be the only medical center where you go carry typhoid go. They go cure you, mosquito go bite you, go carry malaria come back. New my one clinic. Mosquito don't bite you there. Those mosquitoes, they get human being teeth. They go bite you, go they see human being teeth. Mosquito will be say he go cover duvet. Mosquito go come out them, bite you finish, cover you. Things happen, no. Things happen. And another thing I love about the We Agenda is culture. They brought culture to us. HA people, then they are very short people. At least HA people, we have culture. Loi. Loi in our culture, whether I like it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not my fault that I'm short. Gary in the morning, Gary in the afternoon, Gary in the night. Why I go short? The only thing I never see happen for a chair, now flying bullets keep person. How flying bullets go keep person? When we shot like this. And at the thought say a chair, people shot Ogoni, they laugh Ogoni, what's funny? The worst marriage in River State. Now make Ogoni marry a chair. Wait till the one born. I pass my neighbor height. Eche, man, come down, man, I see my height. Me and this stage not the same height. Okay, they laugh, you need to bring. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this my height don't help me. Again, one day when my two friends were tall, they fight. I did their middle. They separate. They blow each other. The blow no they reach me. NSAS protest. Who remember NSAS protest? If you know your experience and hands up. Yes. If you know hands up, now you know what it is keep your life. Oh. NSAS protest happened for River State. You might see that we are shooting gun. Bullets enter my department. Now so me I come out. As I come out from main gate, you know main gate, opposite main gate, my 3 police station. You know one thing about Nigerian police, as long as they hear gun, they must shoot. They don't know where the gun they come from. Now so they start to shoot gun. 30 seconds later, now me can't notice that everybody waits around me like that. No leave me wait stand up. Bullet just they pass my head. They say, what is this? I said, this sight don't help me, whether you like them or not. The only thing where they sweet me is that I'm a short man. I'm a proud short man. Put your hands together for me. If you no clap, your picking go short past me. I do this before I go. I do this before I go. You expect to hear joke. Thank you so much. That's my time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for that short performance. Yes, that was amazing. That was amazing. On a laugh, Abi, on a no laugh. On a laugh, Abi, on a no laugh. Was it funny? Are you funny? My brother, I funny past your future. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the principal is here. It will make sense that somebody will be performing while he's coming inside. So please, while he's coming inside, DJ, give us song. Not the anthem, please. Give us a song. Give us the River State song. So ladies and gentlemen, please. Why the principal is coming, nobody instructed me to do this, but I'm doing this, please. Why the principal is coming inside, please, let's give honor to whom honor is due. The moment he's entering, while the song is playing, we can please rise to honor His Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, the principal, the incoming governor of River State, His Excellency, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs is here. Shall we rise as we receive His Excellency, please? If you can you put on your torchlight? Now, see them on. Let's turn this into show. Please put on your touchlight, put on your phone lights, put on your phone light, put on your phone light, please. Put on your phone lights. His Excellency, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs is in our midst. River State student, is this how you welcome your incoming governor? Can you add a shout? Can you wave the lights? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise.
Upon the greatest, upon the greatest, upon the greatest Nigerian students, upon the greatest River State students. Yes, Bobo! Greatest Bobo! Ever conscious, giddy. We want to welcome. Our chief is a good, he's a good. He will leave, he will leave, he will leave. 3 balls of His Excellency.
We remain great.
1 bazooka, 1 on top of his enemies, 1 amen to all his prayers.
Make River State very great. We will have registered the vote.
Me coming governor here. Because my money, my money, my money, my money, my money.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Comrade Precious Ogan, thank you very much. Your Excellency, sir, you're welcome. Your children welcome you. Thank you very much. We can now sit down. And ladies and gentlemen, just like I told you, the event has started already, but right now we want to take this event to the next level. To take us on an opening prayer for a very few seconds, please make some noise for the Secretary General of River State University Student Union Government, the person of Comrade Conquest Nodi. Please a round of applause for him, please.
Let us rise, please. Our Father, we thank you for a day like this. We thank you for gathering students of River State to have an interactive section with Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs. We give you all adoration for bringing this program to reality. We ask that you be with us from start until finish, and you help us that this will yield progress. In Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, you are welcome. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst our incoming governor. I mean, a man whose philanthropic nature has impacted a lot of lives. Please, one more time, a round of applause for him, please. Yes, and let me remind you, for those of you that took purge medicine, you will eat and eat and eat and eat until you eat. So, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, the opening prayer has been taken. Shall we rise for the We Agenda anthem, please?
The We Agenda, a Dumo Lulu-Briggs initiative. We Agenda, movement of the people. We Agenda, movement of the youth. We Agenda, movement of the women. We Agenda, movement of the men. Oneness, oneness, oneness and progress. Rescue, rescue, rescue for our justice. Service, service, service to the people. We agenda, putting the people first. Oneness, oneness, oneness and progress. Rescue, rescue, rescue for our justice. Service, service, service to the people. We agenda, putting the people first. Oneness, oneness, oneness and progress. Rescue, rescue, rescue for our justice. Service, service, service to the people. We agenda, putting the people first. We agenda, putting the people first. Putting the people first. We agenda.
Thank you very much.
The We agenda.
Thank you. Please, can we remain standing as we make welcome the Nance leader, Comrade Levi Okoro, as he comes to take us on the Students' Aluta Anthem. Comrade Levi Okoro, please, a round of applause for him. Please, where are you? Leader, please come and take us on the Aluta Anthem. Thank you.
Aluta continua. Aluta continua. Aluta. Aluta. Aluta continua. Victoria. 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 Education. 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 Our bursary. Our bursary. our bursary. Our bursary. Soli, soli, soli. 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 We must always fight for our right. Soli, soli, soli. 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 Fight for our. Upon the greatest, I can never be intimidated Nigerian student. Greatest, most articulated Nigerian student. Greatest Bogbo. Greatest Bagba. Greatest Gigi. Greatest B. Greatest Ba. Greatest we are one. I want to yarn. I want to articulate. I want to postulate. I want to talk. The Abi is a good. He will live. He will live. Kulu kulu.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for the Nance President. We can now have our seats, please. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is one of those amazing nights you're going to have, because tonight offers you an opportunity and a privilege to have a one-on-one interaction with not just an incoming governor, a life changer, a destiny helper, a people's person. Once again, please, a round of applause for His Excellency, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, now help me observe your neighbor. Where look your neighbor face to face. Look your neighbor. Look your neighbor. If your neighbor fair, tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, you are the light of the world. If your neighbor dark, tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, lay. Darkness is upon the face of the earth. If your neighbor slim, tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, narrow is the way that leads to heaven. But if your neighbor get body passing, tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, lay. Occupy till we finish this program. Hilary, you are a matter that matters the matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell people say for this country, if you know Sabi speak English, I beg whistle, we go know. As I come this event, 2 girls out there the road. I'm not waiting they talk. One guy mistakenly matched one of the girls. The girl provoked. Excuse me. Do you know who I am? Now one woman I reply, and my brother, Mamo. English no problem for this country. They come my compound, ask one speaking. Where went your mother? I said my mommy has went to come out. English no challenge. When I don't say English, they favor women more than men. Those days when we were in secondary school, they ask, you know, so when you want to make a sentence with woman, you hear something like, give her book. When it comes to guys only go here, give him his book. If it is give her book, why can't it be give him book? Give us, give everybody, give Damiete, give His Excellency. Simple. By the way, when I not say right now, and the time people say River State is not just the treasure base of the nation, River State has become the flying base of the nation. Don't tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, you're my River State. I will fly over you. So, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, we'll take this event to the next level as I make welcome Zamite for the introduction of guests. Please, a round of applause for Zamite, please. A round of applause for him as he comes to introduce our guests.
Upon the greatest Nigerian students, greatest Bo, greatest Ba, ever conscious giddy giddy. Having been here, okay, it's a rare privilege to be standing here to introduce men of this caliber. On the high table, we have present I would like you to also jam your hands as I welcome the Director of Mobilization, Honorable Kem Okosha, as he's seated here. Also, we have here Mrs. Rosalind Bray, the Secretary General of the We Agenda campaign. Also sitting here is Mr. Niabari Fakai, the Able and Capacity Director of Media. Okay. Also here with us is the Amiable Deputy Chairman of the Accord Party, Honorable Amabere Jamabo. The person I'm about to introduce right now, I call him my father. He's a very, very digital man. He's a man that has set the blueprint of which we are going to have a new government. He's a man that has set the blueprint to welcome the next governor of Rivers State. Help me to welcome Honorable Ike Oji, the former Deputy Speaker, Rivers State, and also the Director General of the DLB campaign trail. Also here we have the able, capable, incoming Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Princess Tambari Hilda Dadem. Upon the greatest Nigerian student, greatest go. The person I'm about to introduce, I don't know if I'm worthy to introduce him, but he has given me the privilege to introduce him, and I will take it. And I will not take it lightly, but also say I'm honored to call this name I'm about to call. With us here is the incoming governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. Your Excellency, wave at us. Also with us here are members of the Apex team of the We Agenda, Honorable incoming House of Assembly and House of Rep members. I cite the Council of SUG presidents. I cite the NANS leaders and also the NISOJ leaders. You are all welcome to this wonderful event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because of time, we would have introduced everybody, including the DJ and the ushers. But everybody's important in this government. Just like I asked you guys before. Before now, we were having an interactive section and we were asking questions. And then people were giving their opinions. And people were citing problems. Some of us were citing challenges. And I told you earlier on that the solution to the problems you've just stated is in what? Your hands. And then again, I told you that the solution to your problems is your permanent voter's card. So, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, we will be okay. I think His Excellency wants to. Okay, right now, I'll take it up from there before I call up the next person I want to call up right now. Now, how many of you don't notice how many of you don't notice the way the whole thing's just the be now? Say, these days, things are just going somehow. True or false? I said things are going somehow. True or false? He said, you don't know that things are going somehow? Eh? You don't know? Okay. No wahala. But see, when I don't say, but as it stands now, you get what thing they happen these days. Not be so. You don't know? On a current. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take you up from here. We want to invite a spontaneous, creative comedian as it comes to crack us up, and then we take the welcome address from the student coordinator, and thereafter, because we will run this event with the speed of light. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite the CEO of joke parts. It's my brother, it's my friend. He's a spontaneous, creative comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise to crack your ribs tonight. Doings. Make some noise for Doings, please.
Port Harcourt, make some noise! I bet man, I do as if and I like me now. Good evening. Wow. Almost I don't blow. Che, Your Excellency, good evening, sir. It's an honor to meet you. Sir, you've really helped my family. Stop that music, stop that. I did talk now. Stop the music. Sir, don't give me imbalance, oh. Anything to worry on. So as I was saying, you've helped my family. Sir, thank you very much, sir. Please help me and celebrate His Excellency, I beg. Yes. Sir, now you be the first person when give my mother $200. You know it be $200. Who sabi book here? How much be that in Naira? Eh? Okay, all of them get carried over. Oh. So you give my mother $200. $200. And you know, say my mother just get luck for our family. My mother was working as a cleaner in a company. Some white men came around, said they want to help widows in the community. They asked the first widow, how long have you lost your husband? She said 2 years. They gave her 2 million. My mother, they look. They asked the next widow, how long have you lost your husband? She said 4 years. They gave her 4 million. My mother still they clean. They asked the next widow, how long have you lost your husband? She said 6 years. They gave her 6 million. Before they go call the next widow, my mother did the line. They go ask my mother, young lady, how long have you lost your husband? My mother open mouth tell them, 45 years. Ladies and gentlemen, they were about giving my mother 45 million. Now people come they shout, now lie, oh, she never lost her husband. Now lie, her husband dead. And you know white men are very intelligent. Now they say they go our house, go confirm. As they come our compound, then see one man, they sit on our side, my father. Now they start to narrate the story, give and say, sir, we came to support widows, yeah. We asked the first widow how long she's lost her husband. She said 2 years. We gave her 2 million. The next widow, 4 years. We gave her 4 million. The next widow, 6 years. We gave her 6 million. We are about giving this woman 45 million. But they said her husband is not dead. Sir, is this true? Now my father laughed. My father got to tell her, Oibo, now lie, yo. Do you know that this woman can lie? Do you know that this woman don't keep to date? This woman lost her husband 100 years ago. I didn't tell you. This country. So that's why I tell my people, I tell my friends, we need Dumo in this country and in this state. See how we are agenda anthem sweet. People, they even dance. But Nigerian anthem, everybody just stand. So we need you. You know, it's you. This country is becoming something else. Now, you know, it's not be everything when you watch for film, when you go act. One ogoni man. Why not they laugh? Na joko. I beg. Now, the way this side they use laugh for this thing, the joke no funny like that. Man, I calm down. One ogoni man, don't they watch one American film? For the film, the guy just enter supermarket, collect bread. Now the owner of the store can ask him, nigga, aren't you gonna pay for that bread? Now he said, nigga, I'm not paying for no bread, man. The government will pay for me, I'm not paying for no bread. Now the owner of the shop then I said, nigga, if you don't pay for that bread, I'm gonna call the police. Now he said, nigga, you can call the popo, I'm not paying. In carry bread, go. Ogoni man, watch this thing. Enter one Calabari woman shop. Come collect bread. Now the woman asks him, old woman, oh, asks him, my pikin, you never pay for the bread, oh. Now he say, mama, I'm not paying for no bread, man. Now the old woman tell her, say, my pikin, when they hear what, now they follow dead body enter grave, oh. He say, mama, if you talk some more, I'm going to take some granite. In collect bread and granite, go. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks later, he heard don't big pass in belly. Then carry her for a wheelbarrow. They come they beg mama, Mama, I beg now, forgive her. Now, Mama can't speak English. I'm not forgiving anybody, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dumo. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my brother, that's my friend. He's called Doings. He just had a sold out show on the 24th of July. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, that show was sold out. The likes of Bonner Boy was there. Damn. Those people where they shout there, you know, come. Don't collect free tickets. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to let you know that His Excellency is a man that focuses on human capital development. Please, a round of applause. When I mean human capital development, he has been a blessing to countless people as a private individual. How much more as a public servant? Think about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, we want to make welcome the student coordinator for his welcome address. Please, a round of applause as I make welcome God Prince Oribemba. A round of applause for him, please.
Upon the greatest Nigerian students. Upon the greatest Nigerian student. Greatest Bobo. Greatest Bagba. I want to say. I want to cap. I want to yarn. Kulu Kulu. Your Excellency, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs, distinguished DG, distinguished dignitaries, guests, ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here today to have a one-on-one interactive session with the incoming governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. This event promises to be entertaining, enlightening, and empowering. Sit tight, relax, enjoy yourself as the incoming governor of Rivers State takes us through the preview of what is to come. God bless you. God bless Rivers State. God bless the student community. God bless everyone. We agenda. We agenda. Putting the people first. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, that was, or that is, the student coordinator of the We Agenda. So, ladies and gentlemen, this event promises to be entertaining, just like he said. His Excellency is here to talk to you. Please, can you bring it down? But before then, he's not coming up right now. We want to give him what's the student, because I said he's one man best in human capital development. And so, performing here tonight, you've seen creative talent, you've seen spontaneous, wonderful talent. But up next, but before then, now, why Doings will they perform? Doings will they talk about people? When I not say, there are two sets of people who I like for this state. I love the Ogoni people and I love the Ikwere people. Mene Ogoni. Mene Ogoni. Ikwere Mekao. Mekao. On a plenty. Now, that is the reason why I love Ogoni people is that Ogoni man, they give birth to children and the children, they answer name left and right. Ogoni man go born picking name and Lu Barry. The next one go answer Barry Lu. Ogoni man go born picking name and Barry Mene go answer. Ogoni man go born picking name and Barry the one go answer. Ogoni man go out picking name and Barry the one go answer it. Barry iyo. Barry Barry Dumo. Barry Briggs. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Ogoni people, please. They are wonderful people. Ikwere Mekao. Mekao. Ikwere people, they give their children name according to how they begin day. If begin fine, they go name am Shibroma or Roma. By picking Wawa, they go name am Owanda. If they begin mind there for back, they go name am Azunda. If they begin the cheat, they go name am Chin. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to entertain you this evening, we got the theater arts crew from the prestigious River State University that is not on strike. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the theater arts crew. A round of applause for them, please.
Meeting now.
I don't carry am go deliverance. I'm God on deliverance. Oh, sorry. You allow me talk.
They shot, they give you shot.
Now the reason why I called for this meeting is because of the forthcoming election. Wait. Anything we concern election. I don't let you again. Me too. Wait. And you see, I don't wash my hand. Come on. Sit down. No. I said you cannot sit down. Then you have your hands for that chair now.
Come, see, Madam Caretaker. No be like say I want disrespect you or anything. But the truth na say, Nigeria no send us again. Our vote, it just dey as useless as Prophet Temple dey in family. Let me tell you, I have a double. If you next time, I will dash you 3 bullets. One at your leg, one at your back, and one directly aimed at your face. Rubbish.
Wait. We are fighting the wrong enemy. You see, these politicians have come again. They are all campaigning for vote, making promises enough to form another promise. And I call for this meeting to make sure that none of us fall victim. See. I am tired. Me, I don't tired. Oh, you say this way concerns election. I don't want to. Last time I saw they come, they say make me vote for them. Some of them even cry their eyes come out. They say their umbrella will cover us. It cover. The last one said, "Rule or sweep our property." Sweep. Okay. Come and see votes.
See, my tenant, I am a noble and diligent citizen of this country. I am an immigrant to this river state, but I have been here long enough to become a citizen of this state. Ever since I arrived in this state, the government has never before once built for the people. So what then is the use of democracy?
Ask them. Promise this, promise that. I will do this, I will do that. But by the end of the day, we don't see anything.
My sister, no worry. Those people, their life has Lucifer now.
My brother, I tell you. Wait. I was just listening to the radio this morning. And the topic of discussion was about the forthcoming election. I was so happy.
We don't
I was so happy when I heard the callers reject the prospective candidates. People are trying for their life now.
See me now. I've been taxi driver. Ever since I started from I started driving taxi. There is no
are waiting.
Boy, your sweet tomato here. Hey. Fresh. Okay, you want my tomato? That's tomato. How much you want?
Collect this one.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no, tomato. I didn't feel my children.
Come on,
oh, God. Oh, God, I don't like it.
Come, Mama Chiruga. Poverty is not enough reason to steal. This is not. This is not.
Who no like money now? I beg make una shut up, eh? They shut up.
Serious one.
This boy need to go psychiatric hospital. Something they worry for head.
No,
My friend, what is the problem?
On the 25th of last month,
Mm-hmm.
I was on the market praying. Let me speak to them. Again, pray. And yes, you showed me a man.
A man?
Yes, a man that will come for 2023 election.
Oh, Jesus. This man know they hear what? Anything we concern election, we know they do. We know they do again, okay? Be like they're not sure you they drink. Don't block your brain, oh.
Listen. Jesus came from the line of prayer. I tell you,
Okay.
Tell me. The man that is to come, also from the man from prayer.
Man of God. What did they worry? You get what you're calling,
We know they vote.
See. The problem is that these politicians indulge us in a toxic relationship. When they want something, they will come and beg, weep, buy us things to earn our love and trust. Yes. And when that is given, they will shatter our hearts on the asphalt of Ikwere Road. Yes. We not see.
We don't see. The one wey make me talk say, if I ever vote again, may thunder roast me like goat. Now the issue of education, my people, to go school now don't cost past cryptocurrency investments.
Can you imagine?
As soon as see me like this, school na scam. You know why? Because no gain there inside. Person go suffer. Carry himself go school. Train himself finish. Come out, they carry flat fire, they work under also. Last, you go still go do POS. As you see me like this, I be my mama only son. My papa said he don't die. My mama, he don't die. My sister, no. That one that unwanted pregnancy she carry. As I did like this, I need money to use sustain for this my life now. Now make I know they sleep for night. Oh, the girl must cash out. Me, I must ball like this. I see they hot.
Let them do what they want to. We are not, and we don't care. We don't care.
How can the destiny of the people of Rivers State be left in the hands of individuals who are not shareholders of democratic authority?
Ask them.
How can our lives and freedom
Prophet Temple, please sit down. My co-tenant, I greet all of you.
We greet you too.
I've listened to all your complaints, and I must say, there's no bad taste in any of your criticisms.
Simple.
We have all been victims of neglect by the government that led to political apathy. Political apathy is the lack of interest in political activities that has bred in our hearts. We had dreams, and those dreams were what made us to vote in the past elections.
I also have a dream of River State. A dream with adequate power supply that is encouraging to us business owners.
What about me, a Okrika woman? I dream of a River State where our natural resources are utilized. In the essence, River State becomes a role model to other states in Nigeria, even in countries in Africa and beyond.
You know, I have a dream of River State, where education is moderately priced to enable its availability to every class of the society. Honestly, school is not scam, but you know, poverty and the shortage of money has made we youth underrate the effectiveness of education in this our global modern society. Now they underrate me now. I sabi book well.
I also have it.
Joseph the dreamer.
A dream of River State. That farmer doesn't have to suffer. A dream of River State, where farmer doesn't have to suffer or be ripped off before farm produce is being sold. Where farmers will start making encouraging profits with ease and no stress at all. Almost, will they suffer for this country? I say.
Prophet Temple, please sit down.
Sit down. You don't talk better. Sit down.
My people, our dreams are great, same as mine. But has anyone here heard of We Agenda?
We Agenda? No. Tell us.
Okay, let me enlighten you. The We Agenda is a non-governmental organization initiative that is bent on giving us a good river state. Their works are evident all across the state.
Are you serious?
Oh yes. We Agenda, their major goal is to give us a river state of our dreams, where we can sleep at night and have rest of mind, where we will have adequate power supply and at the same time, good housing system. We also have quality education, quality healthcare services, and even an effective economic system that will be favorable for us all. Yes, I am. See, the only way we can achieve this is only if we all come together as one to join hands to make sure we secure the seat of power come 2023 for a leader that has good intentions towards us, the citizens. And there is no other better person for that position other than Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs.
Now that man be that. Now the man when I go mountain. And I still play. I don't know.
But Mona wait. And this We Agenda, where Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs they carry come. How we want to bring them to reality?
It is easy. First, what we have to do is to go get your permanent voter's card.
Is that the only criteria?
Yes, so we are warriors. We want to take over our territory. We have to defend our territory. And do you know our weapons? Yes, that is it.
In that case, I will go and
That's in there.
Please do.
come 2023 election. I will vote in the man behind the We Agenda. And there's no other person than Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. Everybody be so.
Not true.
My fellow tenants and our beautiful River State people. Another year and now, if una want all this better to summer our body, make we quick rush go register our permanent voter. So that when time reach, yeah, we can watch the man of the people. My people. Ha! Wetin we go go do come 2023? Now wetin we go vote come 2023? And who be the man of the people?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the theater art group of the prestigious Rivers State University. Please, a round of applause for them, please. A round of applause for them. And just like I told you all, your permanent voters card is your power. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, it's time for us to trend our hashtag. So right about now, please, let's take our selfie. Bring out your phone, everybody. Bring out your phones. I told you earlier, we're using the Twitter to trend this event right now. Please bring out your phones, take a photo shot, take a selfie, go online right now. Please bring out your phones. Bring out your phones. While we are getting set, please, breathe, Afro beats, Afro dance, please get ready. Everybody bring out your phones, please. Take a photo now, take a photo now. Take a photograph right now with yourself. Take a photo, please. Take a photograph of yours. Please take a photograph right now. How many of us are taking the photograph? You can do a short video. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's do that right now. 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 We are trending this event with the hashtag TLB2023. TLB 2023. TLB 2023. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have you all taken your photographs, please? Go online, upload with the hashtag. Let's trend this event. You want a very good thing for River State. It is in your power to do it. Please take a photograph right now. This is important. Take a photograph. Take a photograph. Upload on your Twitter, your Instagram, and your Facebook. Let's trend this event. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, sir. You can. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. So right about now, because we don't have much time, we are taking the speed of light. Right about now, please, we're bringing a very, DJ, please, can you drop in? We're bringing in a very wonderful poet. He's having his show coming up on the 11th of September. He's none other than the River State University Best Poets of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, he's one man on wheelchair, but because of the We agenda, he will arise today. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it a for Raymond the Poet. A round of applause for Raymond the Poet, please. Mona carry who there for wheelchair now? Now I'm making stand.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Raymond. I will say a few things, and it's optional for you to use them. Government of the people and by the people, we don't put pimple for their people face. They no longer stand by the people. This is the definition of democracy I agree to meet. Democracy where every Democrat acts very crazy. Democracy where
the son of a poor rider can't afford quality education because they must be crazy. This is the definition I agree to meet. Sounds and echoes of noise singing oh cho 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 cho, with sounds of Bene Ogoni singing Kalabari. These are the echoes of the cries of all Rivers children that we have in our heads, and we all pray and wish for one day where everybody will have equal chances of being successful. A state where the abandoned lands in Kana and Gokana local government will be the topic of the day. A state where those roads in Eche and Omoma will be the priority, and not just these flyovers that gets you overthinking like it's all over. I mean, a government where we will not allow to be on the streets and to form touts, having dreadlocks, still having bad locks. A government where we won't just form Naira Mali, but we'll have Naira to travel to Mali. I mean, a government where talents will truly be appreciated and these Nairas will not keep depreciating. I mean, a government where girls will have the opportunity to get good jobs and good pay after education and not grace different beds and being tagged hookup girls. I mean, a government where our certificates can actually pay us good salary. I mean, I'm not talking about salary, but I'm talking about a government where we don't just pay bursary clearance fee when we graduate, but we get bursary when we are in school before we graduate. I mean, a government where the river students' cry will be heard. I mean, a government where this will not just be mere lines in your head, but we see effects of and evidence of democracy on our streets. A government where we don't just get NEPA lights on Democracy Day, but a government where NEPA becomes constant, even if power becomes inconsistent. I want a government where the 710 of dollar will not be for the rich, but the 710 of dollar will be equal to the Naira if it is properly utilized in your state. I want a government where my state will be a typical example. I want a government where the Okrika and the Kalabari man will be placed first before those from the north. I mean, a government where our national and state income will be diverted to another part of the country for political ambition. I want a government where people will be placed before politicians. A government where people will be placed first before politics. I want a government where every young person like myself with quality education or any privilege you have can rise and leave the crippled economy. I want a government where the we agenda can trend if only we can listen. I want a government where people will pay attention to people's priority and not just politics. I am Raymond and this is how I feel. Sorry, before I leave, my event is coming up in September and I decided to do a gift for the boss. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, our father is upstage to talk to us.
I believe that the poet deserves a round of applause. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen and great Nigerian students, it is true that some schools are on holiday, but you can see students who have not gone on a mental holiday. You can see something that has shown cerebral activity. They have spoken to us in very figurative terms. In poetry, sometimes we sing a song to relieve an aching heart. And we can feel the pulse of that poet who came in a cripple but got energized halfway and was able to rise to his feet. What do we say about the River State University Theater Troupe? That was simply an incredible performance. Can we just appreciate them once again? However, they have presented to us pathologies. And these pathologies require a political and sociological surgeon who will dissect our body politic using the scalpel of truth. And that person is here, and you will hear his erudition. A man who has a divine liquidity of language. A man for the noun. The instrumentality for the orchestration of all that is noble in Rivers State. A symbolic incarnation of the collective will of Rivers people. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome to the podium the very cerebral Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs, the candidate of the accord.
Rivers State is a great state. Yes, my friend, that's not in doubt. Rivers State will remain great. You put in your best. You can do it. I can do it. We all can do it if we try. So let's do it. Let us do it. Let us build Rivers State. Rivers make Rivers State great. Rivers State is a great state. Yes, my friend, that's not in doubt. Rivers State will remain great. Only if you put in your best. You can do it. I can do it. We all can do it if we try. So let's do it. Let us do it. Let us build Rivers State. Rivers make Rivers State great. Don't let this chance pass us by.
To make Rivers State very great, you will have to register to vote. Your vote is your power. My name is Dumo Lulu-Briggs.
Rivers State is a great state. Yes, my friend, that's not in doubt. Rivers State will remain great.
Except you're talking unity. Don't talk to me, except you're talking progress and prosperity for all. Don't talk to me, except you're seeing the vision of where we're going with our dear River State. A homogeneous River State, where the elderly man shall have the same opportunities as the Kedere woman, where the Akenema girl is as welcome as the Buguma boy, where the Abua lady and the Diop boy shall sit together on the same dining table. A River State where your health care is not determined by your wealth. A River State where the daughter of the poor shall have the same quality education as the son of the rich. A River State where to get a contract is not determined by who you know, but by who you are. We shall be known not just by the number of bricks and mortars we put around, but by the number of persons we have enabled to own their own homes and businesses, not just by the quantum of persons who have been to schools, but by the quality of their education. We shall be defined by the number of persons we moved from unemployment to employment, from poverty to prosperity, by the number of cities we have, whether Greater Port Harcourt has truly been made greater, whether Trans-Calabari is built, whether Bori is a thriving city or just a glorified municipal council. Please don't touch us with your dirty politics. No, 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 you can't stop us. We have set our sights where our strides shall take us. We have seen that River State of limitless opportunities that works for every Rivers man, woman, and child. And that's where we're going. That's our destination. Don't touch us. You can't stop us. My name is Dumo Lulu-Briggs. I am yours to the very end. No, sir. Don't talk to me except you're talking unity. Don't talk to me except you're talking progress and prosperity for all. Don't talk to me except you're seeing the vision of where we're going with our dear River State. A homogeneous River State where the elderly man shall have the same opportunities as the Kedere woman, where the Akenema girl is as welcome as the Buguma boy, where the Abua lady and the Diop boy shall sit together on the same dining table. A River State where your health care is not determined by your wealth. A River State where the daughter of the poor shall have the same quality education as the son of the rich. A River State where to get a contract is not determined by who you know, but by who you are. We shall be known not just by the number of bricks and mortars we put around, but by the number of persons we have enabled to own their own homes and businesses, not just by the quantum of persons who have been to schools, but by the quality of their education. We shall be defined by the number of persons we moved from unemployment to employment, from poverty to prosperity, by the number of cities we have, whether Greater Port Harcourt has truly been made greater, whether Trans-Calabari is built, Whether Bori is a thriving city or just a glorified municipal council, please don't touch us with your dirty politics. No, 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 you can't stop us. We have set our sights where our strides shall take us. We have seen that river state of limitless opportunities that works for every river's man, woman, and child. And that's where we're going. That's our destination. Don't touch us. You can't stop us. My name is Dumo Lulu-Briggs. I am yours to the very end. This will count as one of the happiest days of my life. Because today, without more, I saw the quality of the river's child. All that we witnessed here today shows that our future is bright. It shows that our youth are prepared. And River State shall be great again. Just because of you, the young ones, River State shall be great again. You know, I don't think I need to say anymore. I think everything has been expressed. In just a short drama that we watched here, it tells me that we understand the times that we're in. It tells me that we are prepared to rise to the challenges of these present times. Because sometimes, in the daily press of our activities, we forget our times for what they truly are. But from this very short drama, it is clear to me, unequivocally, that the river's man is prepared. The river's woman is prepared. The river's child is also prepared. And we can only thank God for that. It has become a sing-song of Nigerian students. It has become their sing-song, that education shall be free and that their bursaries shall be paid. Can we have that song again?
Aluta continua, Victoria Asata, Victoria Asata, Victoria, buzz, Victoria, buzz, Victoria Asata. Education must be free. Education must be free. Education, buzz. Education, buzz. Education must be our bursary must be paid. Our bursary must be paid. Our bursary, buzz. Our bursary, buzz. Our bursary must be paid.
Thank you. Please sit down. Yes, education must be free. We shall have no greater responsibility than to educate the next generation. I am a product of public schools. My parents were very poor. My background was quite humble. But education in Rivers State was almost completely free. I went to St. Andrews. I went to Municipal Council School, Churchill. I went to Township School, Moscow Road. These are all public primary schools in Rivers State. And then, of course, I went to the Government Comprehensive Secondary School at Burukiri, which is also a public school. At Government Comprehensive Secondary School, we had the best of lecturers. I was taught English by an Englishman. And our lecturers who taught us physics, chemistry, biology were all Indians or Pakistanis. We had quality education that was accessible to all of us in our public schools. And that was how the children of the poor got the best of education that equipped them with the tools with which they are succeeding today. So I understand exactly what it means. As a student at Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, my bursary was paid to me in Zaria. I come to Port Harcourt to get my bursary. The president of the National Union of Rivers State Students, Ahmadu Bello University chapter, was the interface between us and the government, and he ensured that our bursary was paid to us. I'm glad that the drama we watched here just now was put together by the students of the Rivers State University. And then my president of the National Union of Rivers State Students at the time is today the dean of the Faculty of Law of the Rivers State University, Professor Wigwe. So you can go, and ask him. He was our president, and he ensured that bursary was paid to us in Zaria. We didn't need to come to Port Harcourt. Today, unfortunately, our students don't even know what bursary is. They've never had bursaries at all. So our job is cut out for us. You will have your bursaries by the special grace of God when we win the next elections and form the government. We shall introduce all kinds of schemes to ensure that our young ones are educated. If you are in schools and you're having difficulties, we shall provide a loan scheme for you that ensures that you don't drop out of school, that you're able to complete your education. And that will put, a great responsibility on government to make sure that when you come out of schools, that there are jobs that you can access. Because the only way you'll be able to repay those loans back to government is that you have become gainfully employed, you're making money. That is the only way you can repay the loans. So we are going to place, These things happen in other climes. Governments take people for granted. They don't understand that their responsibility is to make sure that they put you first. You have big dreams. We have a young, upwardly mobile population. The comfort of your mobile phones, you see what happens in other climes. And it's not rocket science. We are going to ensure that those things that you experience, that you want, become part of your reality. So what I want to say to you is simple. We say that you are the future. And therefore, we must make those investments in that future, which is you. To make River State great is a responsibility that is squarely on the shoulders of you, our youth, the leaders of tomorrow. So we will have to make sure that your shoulders are strong enough. But then again, the more important thing is not just to give you the education, it's what you do with it. You will have to employ the skills that you will acquire to help grow River State and give to all of us the dreams of a great future. It is in your hands. It is in the place of government to provide those opportunities for you, but it is in your hands to make it a reality. That government of the people, by the people, and for the people, it is in your hands to make it a reality. You have the strength to decide the course of history, and you must take on that strength. You have the strength to decide who governs you in River State. You have the power that is in your votes. They say that the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. We are not a violent people, but we shall take it by the force of our PVCs. The force that you shall exercise is the force in your PVC. And when you utilize your PVCs effectively, you will have that government that works for every Rivers man, every Rivers woman, and every Rivers child. So the minimum that I want to say here, because you know my antecedents, they say that politicians, campaign in poetry, but then of course they govern in prose. They say that politicians campaign in phrases, but then they govern in paragraphs. Fortunately, I'm not a regular politician. As a matter of fact, a lot of people say that I'm not even a politician. If I were a politician, I probably would have been governor a long time ago, because I would have done the things that politicians do. But because I would not want to be that governor that will fail you, I chose not to be the regular politician. And by the special grace of God, when we take over government, it will be obvious to all of us that I'm not that regular politician. We shall take River State to that height. We have seen what obtains, even here in Nigeria, in some other states, how progress, has been made. But it is clear to us here that the years from 1999 to now have been very, very disastrous for opportunities and also for equality. The gap between the rich had continued to widen, and it's a ticking time bomb. And we have to do something as responsible citizens to ensure that it doesn't happen. We have to make sure that not only is every Rivers child going to have quality education, but that we shall make education accessible to every Rivers child. And that the education that you have must be relevant to the needs of the present time. And these are the three key things about education. It's about access, it's about quality, and it's about relevance. Your education must be free, so you can have quality education, and it has to be relevant to the needs of society. There are opportunities everywhere, and we'll have to equip you with the tools you need to succeed in this very highly competitive 21st century. So what I would therefore say is that where we are right now, quite frankly, is that we have to mobilize the river spirit in all of us. We have to mobilize the river spirit in you, in me, in all of us who are here, so that we can liberate ourselves from the things that have held us hostage. Today, as you all know, governments have ensured that lives and property are held by no greater tenure than the cap price of a mob. That our laws are disrespected and disregarded continually. That our young ones still go to bed illiterate and hungry. Governments have shown both a lack of the will and the vision to provide opportunities for the governed. Our fathers still go infirm through premature aging. Our mothers still go 6 feet below at childbirth. And we have situations where every mother knows of yet another mother who has just lost a child. Our homes are divided because breadwinners can no longer find bread to win home. Our people are locked in the gloom of the tents they call their homes, trapped in the quagmire of poverty set by their leaders. Sadly, and the worst hit is our youth, who have been placed in a sandwiched generation, young men and women, who today are too young to be something and tomorrow shall be too old to be anything. So our job is cut out for us completely. And at this point in time, we cannot afford to be deficient in all the things necessary to ensure that we turn all of these things around. We cannot be deficient, most especially in the courage necessary to exercise our votes. We cannot be deficient in the patience necessary for us to go and get registered, and we must find the courage to come out and cast our votes and stand by our convictions. We must be driven by our convictions and not by our fears. You have the power in your hands to make that happen. We are counting on you, the Rivers youth, the leaders of tomorrow, to bet that river state of our dreams. You can do it. I can do it. We all can do it if we try. And therefore, we have to do it. For me, I have sworn eternal fidelity to the just causes and pursuits of every Rivers man, woman, and child. That is my pledge to all of you. And particularly to the young ones, I say that I shall work my heart out for all of us if I'm given the opportunity to be governor. I shall put my hand in the mud for all of us. Oh yes, we shall provide homes and businesses that you can own. Businesses you can call your own, homes that you can call your own. We must provide those. We must provide cities that you can traverse. Beautiful cities that you can traverse. It is our place to provide those for you. We must provide health care that cares. We must provide education that enlightens. We must provide the rule of law that truly guarantees. I shall fill every minute with 60 seconds of productive activity for you. And if you stand with me and we make this dream a reality, I shall stand with you till the last dog dies. I shall stand with you till the day after forever. I shall remain yours completely and yours truly. You deserve a new river state. You deserve a river state of limitless opportunities. And we have put together all of those plans. It's unfortunate that today, the unemployment figure in Rivers State is quite disturbing. About 41% of Rivers people are unemployed. And again, an additional 19.6% of Rivers people are underemployed. That's the beautiful statistics that we have to contend with. So our job is cut out completely for us. If we don't change those situations, then we cannot help any one of us. We have to work to save our river state. We have to liberate ourselves from the things and the people that have held us hostage, and it is your power. It is now time for you to demonstrate the optimism of your will and allow that optimism to trump the pessimism of your intellect. I saw the drama here, and I am quite excited about the quality of education. And something tells me that we have to encourage our people. That was very well done, very well put. And as it was going on, I was having a conversation, with my friends. And right there, they have agreed that we support the drama department or faculty of arts department. Whatever the department is, that will support that department with a token 5 million naira. And that we support our poets and all the people who did this drama here with a further 1.5 million naira. Now, that is because we are excited about the future of our country. We're excited about the future of River State. When I see that quality here today, I'm just moved to say that my job is made. I don't need to preach to the choir. The message is very clear. My antecedents will show that I'm not a regular politician. And the reason we are going to succeed is because God is doing a new thing. Our lives must be like the course of the sun. Our lives, I've always said, must be like the course of the sun. Even the darkest moments must bear the promise of daylight. Joy can only last through the night. Suffering can only last through the night, but joy cometh when your morning has come. Please find the courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is fear that has said its prayers. Find the courage to stand by your convictions. We don't want situations where you are important to politicians once every 4 years. You need to be important to us every single day of your lives. And when you give us that opportunity, we shall demonstrate that importance. Because society was good, our institutions were strong, and it gave me the opportunity, the son of a one-stroke pusher, to stand here before you today to say that I want to be governor of Rivers State. We have to make that the reality of every Rivers man, woman, and child. It doesn't need to matter what your background is. It has to matter that you are from River State. You must have the opportunities that shall make you great. At this point, I would like us to take that small, Rivers Sing Song, which was part of our generation as we were growing up. One thing that we used to do, because we were so proud of our state at the time, we wished our state well. Every medium you opened talked about a great river state. And we all felt that that was how it was going to remain. But we forgot our history and stopped reminding ourselves about the promise of River State. We are going to remember all that. Therefore, I think we've sung that song a few times, and a lot of us know it. But for those of us who know it, please let us just say it. You can play it here for all to hear.
River State is a great state. Yes, my friend, that's not in doubt.
River State will remain great. Only if you put in your best, you can do it.
You can do it.
I can do it. We all can do it if we try. So let's do it. Let us do it. Let us build River State. We must make River State great. Don't let this chance pass us by. To make River State very great, you will have to register to vote. Your vote is your power. My name is Dumo Lulu-Briggs. On that note, I know that time is fast spent. I say thank you, and thank you, and thank you to the Rivers young men and women that I see here, the Rivers students. And whilst we were talking, when it was time to take pictures and all that, I could hear some sounds. Some people were saying that they didn't have data in their phones. So we heard all that. Part of what we'll try to do, which we're also going to do today here before we leave, is that we have pledged something they call, what do you call it again? Textbook support, right? Yeah, we have pledged, textbook support. And they have a figure that they put, for that. So we're going to add 1,000 naira to that figure so that we can also have data. But we'll have airtime, to move on. Thank you.
Tomorrow no go reject you if your mama reject you. If your papa reject you, our chief no go reject you. If your papa reject, our chief no go reject you. Say yes. Our chief no go reject you, say. If your papa reject you. Our chief no go reject you, say. If your papa reject you. Our governor no go reject you, say. If your papa reject you. He no go reject you, say. If your papa reject you. Greatest boom, boom. Greatest boom, 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 boom. Greatest ba, ba. Greatest ba, 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 ba. Fundamental key. Fundamental key. We want to appreciate. Appreciate. I say we want to appreciate. Appreciate. Chief is a good man. He's a good man. He's a good man. He will live long. He will live long. He will live long. 3 Boza for His Excellency. Boza. 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 1 bazooka. 1 on top for his enemies.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, my great, Rivers people, it's time for the 3S. You know, Mario Cuomo, when he was governor of governor of New York, I was going to nominate Bill Clinton to bring about the great American rejuvenation of the American economy. He said it was time to do something. And it is time for us to do it here also in Rivers State. That it was time to bring someone smart enough to know, someone strong enough to do, and someone sure enough to lead a new voice for a new River State. Thank you so very much. God bless you. Yeah. I'll sit here. I won't sit there. No, sir. Don't talk to me except you're talking unity. Don't talk to me except you're talking progress and prosperity for all. Don't talk to me except you're seeing the vision of where we're going with our dear River State. A homogeneous reality. No, sir. Don't talk to me except you're talking unity. Don't talk to me except you're talking progress and prosperity for all. Don't talk to me except you're seeing the vision of where we're going with our dear River State. A homogeneous River State where the elderly man shall have the same opportunities as the Kedere woman, where the Akenema girl is as welcome as the Buguma boy, where the Abua lady and the Diop boy shall sit together on the same dining table. A River State where your health care is not determined by your wealth. A River State where the daughter of the poor shall have the same quality education as the son of the rich. A River State where to get a contract is not determined by who you know, but by who you are. We shall be known not just by the number of bricks and mortars we put around, but by the
How much more when he done the bricks house? Ladies and gentlemen, he goes stew. When I go to collect woto. Oh God. When I go to collect. Anybody will say Dumo no go away, we go not come ratata. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a few questions after now. But please, just like I told you earlier, listen, the problem we have is that we are negligent about some things. Youths, students, the power is in your hand to make the right decision. If you can sing like this as a private individual, we'll get musicians. Tire. One more time, a round of applause for His Excellency, please. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sir, when you were talking, you made mention of support. I'm glad to announce to you guys that I'm now a member of Theatre Art Department. That's my call, sir. Daddy, when I was coming, my mother told me something. He said, Kingsley, there's something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. I said, Mommy, what is it? He said, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs is your real father. Daddy, here I am. So this is the third time you'll be meeting me, and for the 3 times I've worn this suit. So even if you don't sabi my face, sabi the suit. So please take note of the suit now. One more time, please, a round of applause for him. Celebrate him. Thank you so much, sir, for the support. As a son now, Daddy, as a son, I'm joint heirs with the father. So Daddy, I can always come to the house. He said I can always come to the house. Sir, please, where is Sir Gabriel, please? When I come, don't pursue me. Thank you so much, sir. So ladies and gentlemen, right about now, we want to take a few testifiers. And please, within that medium, please write down your questions. I believe the foods are already coming out right now. Please write down your questions. We are taking a few questions, and thereafter we move to the next level. So I wanted to call on the testifier number 1. He's a testifier because his life has been impacted. He is none other than the SCG president of the University of The SCG president of the University of Port Harcourt, none other than Comrade Gift Chibuka. Please, a round of applause for Comrade Gift Chibuku, please. And thereafter, coming with him, we also have Comrade Organ Precious. We have Senator Hannah Daje, and lastly, Goswill Onyegu. Please, they will come in this order. SCG president, sir, you're the one.
Upon the greatest Nigeria students, greatest we are one. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
President,
Starting with
then say you should climb up. Some of them are saying you are. Even me, say, I'm not believing that you be president. Too. It's not by size. It's not by. It's not by. It's by Bola.
Upon the greatest Nigerian student. Good evening, Your Excellency, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. To my colleague, the NANS leader in the state and Council of SG President, I want to greet you specially. As the Chairman, Council of SG President in Rivers State, and also the President of Student Union Government University of Port Harcourt, I want to make it as brief and as simple as ever. Chief have imparted in all the campuses, and I'm aware, and we have taken statistics of that. In the University of Port Harcourt, he has renovated the Secretariat of University of Port Harcourt, has been in bad condition for years. And he did it without stress. And, you know, just like an average Nigerian politician, he would probably wanted to come and make a show of, or probably do a commissioning and people gather and, you know, use that as an opportunity to talk to people and campaign. But as a simple man, as a man embellished with humanity and courage to serve, to actually deliver the dividend of democracy, even as an individual, how much more if he's elected as the governor of the state? In UST, he has built for them, I think, car park and also a toilet for the campus. The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm the chairman of Council of SG Presidents, so all the SG Presidents is seated here, so we are giving testimony on behalf of the campuses. So every campus in the state have actually felt the goodwill and the kind gesture of Chief. And to that effect, the youth and young persons, I believe that we need this change more, because we even want this change even more than our parents, because we are the younger ones coming up, and we actually probably want a better place for Rivers State. So it is time for us to actually pay him back this goodwill by actually getting our PVC and making sure that we come out to understand that this is our time to change our own state. To a man that have the heart to make change, a man that has the heart to actually create impact among young persons. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Please, a round of applause for the testimony. Thank you very much, sir. Wow. Wow. Thank you, sir. Our SG president, big pass you. But it's not by power, it's in capacity. One more time, please, a round of applause for the SG president of Uniports. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's have Organ Precious. Organ Precious, the latest married man. That day, I was the MC of his wedding, sir. Sir, you stoned me. You stoned me something.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Upon the greatest Nigerian students, greatest boo, fundamental key, key. Well, I am saying this to everyone here. This man, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs, is not just a man, but a blessing to humanity. I remember vividly when I was in school, in my darkest hour, I was unable to pay school fees. In fact, before going to the university, I saved money to go to the university. I told myself that, boy, you need to go to school. You don't need to stay at home any longer. I saved, I went to school, and to the glory of God, I was into N-Power, federal government N-Power. I was also supporting with that salary. All of a sudden, it stopped. I was stranded, I couldn't pay my fees. And they've already given us deadline to pay fees. I texted everybody I could. I have not met Chief then. I have never met him one-on-one. I texted everybody I could, because to the glory of God, I was kind of close to some persons then. But no one could come through for me. But irrespective of the fact that he has not seen me, he sent me my school fees. And today, I am a graduate, I am married, I am settled. I am here to say thank you, Chief. I am here to say thank you very much. So, my dear students, I will urge us all to try as much as possible to see how we can give Chief our support. A support for Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs is a support for ourselves. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Let's hand over the microphone now to Senator Hannah Dadje.
greatest River State students, greatest upon the greatest Nigeria student. I'm Senator Hannah Augustus Lade, North President, River State College of Health chapter. I want to sincerely appreciate God for what He has used Chief to do, especially we students and outside students. College of Health is one chapter that has been abandoned. They rejected us. In fact, if you enter the company, something that you will say is this health environment, but we sent the budget which was being approved. He doesn't know me. He doesn't even need to know you. Let me shock you. My dad was hospitalized. Before then, I sent a text when I heard my dad is not feeling fine. I was moved. I cried. That was the period we were writing our exams. My classmates are here. My co-nurse presidents are here. They can't testify. I started calling people. We need money to take him to the hospital before he died and the rest. I sent a text to everybody, but to my greatest surprise, Chief responded, and he was taken to the hospital. I did medical imaging, and I know each test you want to carry out in barium, it costs 50-something. If you want to carry out an examination, and barium, it consists of, we have 3 examinations, barium meal, barium swallow, and barium follow through. All the tests, everything, including the oxygen, the surgery, was being taken care of by Chief. He doesn't know my dad. He doesn't know me. This is what, you don't need to know you before you do something. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Chief does not need to know you. He doesn't need to know you. He's a philanthropist. Sir, before I call on the last testifier, sir, let me shock you, sir. On the 21st of December, 2021, I was at the Port Harcourt International Airport. I was boarding aero contractor to Lagos. And then you were boarding, I think, Arik Air to Abuja that day. I was there at the airport. You entered first. And I saw you blessing the life of the airline officials. I saw that. I witnessed. Since then, I haven't met you. Such an environment. Listen, in such an environment, that's an environment. If you don't get money, you no will fly. Hello? That one no be say I get money or I no get. I person people. So I saw him blessing lives. Chief is somebody that loves, he enjoys giving. He enjoys giving. So ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you now that he has given to people. It's time for you to give your votes. It's time for you to give your support to the agenda. One more time, please. A round of applause for His Excellency. Thank you, sir. So lastly, for the testifier, before we take the questions, I'd like to call on Godswill Onyebo for his testimony, please.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. All protocols duly observed. Please, in 1 minute, can we rise and clap for His Excellency? A round of applause for His Excellency. Please rise. If you're a student in this hall, please rise. A round of applause. If you're a student and you're in this hall, a round of applause for Your Excellency. Please don't sit and rise and clap for Your Excellency, please. Please, please, please. If you're sitting down and you're a student. Okay, my name is Godswill Onyebo. My friends has said it all. How did I meet you, Dumo Lulu-Briggs? I am not from Klabare. I am from a local government. Okay, got a stage where, there is a stage in a man's life where we might not have whatever, we might not have money again to maybe take care of yourself, do some certain things. And they got to that stage whereby one has done a lot of projects and no school fees. And you sent a message, the same content of message to about 15 persons. And the man you don't know responded to that text message. Say, send account. I didn't want to send the account. I said, this man don't know me. And the person who gave me his number said that half of students in UST has received his school fees. That I should just send him a text message. And immediately, I sent him that text message. Such thing happened. So, he sent me 250,000 naira for school fees. So, a lot of people will also ask themselves question. This DLB All Rivers, how did it start? It started with this foundation. We now went to thank him. So far, let me give a rundown of what Dumo Lulu-Briggs has done. Educational sector. For students from Uniport, through Godswill Onyebo Foundation, 241 students has received their school fees. Through Godswill Onyebo Foundation, sponsored by Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. 241 students. ROSU, River State University, 285 students. from ROSU across all the departments. Then School of Health, 123 students. Ignatius Ajoro, 180 students. Kempoli Bori. Kempoli Bori. That's why I say clap, 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 clap. Kempoli Bori, 109 students. I'm coming. C Poly, that's Captain Elechamadi Polytechnics. 136 students. Omoko, 82 students. Niger Delta University. Niger Delta University, 29 students from Niger Delta University. Therefore, he's a general president, he's a well-known president known. Okay, greatest Nigerian students. Okay, let me also inform you that for law students, Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs has constantly paid law school grant for those going to law school. And let me shock you, it will surprise you to know that 20 first-class students met first class in law, River State University. And those 20 first-class students has been given the sum of 500 with a laptop, courtesy of Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs. Can you please clap for Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs? Okay, for infrastructure, SUG President have already stated it. The University of Port Harcourt Student Union Government has taken a new shape. River State University now has a toilet at Backgate Park. School of Health will soon have renovation in their ICT. And then for social infrastructure, you know of a woman called Mama Florence. Mama Florence is a Bonny woman, old, 85 years old, and she lives at what we call Security Village, River State University. And they've evacuated her from that place. Nobody. I sent text message, sent to Nigeria Info, sent to everybody. Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs sponsored a one-bedroom apartment for Mama Florence. She lives at Owokoma Street. This is for social infrastructure. For health, Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs can go and confirm about different hospitals have gone there to go and pay for medical bill for different students. If you want to verify this, immediately I step out, you can come. I will show you the videos of beneficiaries. So you will not think I'm talking politics. Lastly, let it also be noted that politicians said students are not relevant when it comes to election.
Thank you.
You know why? They say we'll collect money and vote. But this time around, I beg you with the name of God, if you're a student, mobilize your brother, mobilize your sister. We must change the narrative. Bursary has not been paid for many years. School fees, I paid 25,000 at Ignatius. Now in USD, we are paying 100,000.
Thank you.
If you don't correct it, it will continue. Please, how do we continue it? How do we correct it?
Thank you. Thank you. Please a round of applause for God's will on you. Thank you so much. See, the goodness, the benefits are so numerous. If we continue today, we will not close. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your philanthropic nature. Please a round of applause for him, please. And right now, we go straight into the question section. We'll take it briefly, and then so that His Excellency can have his way out. So, sir, here are some written questions. Please, can we maintain adequate tranquility and orderliness so that His Excellency can hear? So here are the questions. The first question here says, how did you intend to achieve free education, good health services, good infrastructure, and economic stability? He said, I'm Victory Kingdom from FICT. He said, how do you intend to achieve free education, good health service, good infrastructure, and economic stability? Okay, let me take the question serially.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the second question says, we have to first be safe as people before enjoying a better educational system. Promise. I would like to know the structures and strategies in handling the security issues in the state and how you plan to protect the lives of your people. That's question 2. They have been telling us that the power to make change is in our PVC in the past 7 years, yet our votes doesn't count. Hence, we are in the competition we are in today. What are you putting in place to make sure our votes count? This is INEC question, please. Ha. Wow, now they ask question. Okay, the next question says, this person says, as a Muslim, my question is this. If you are elected as governor, what will you do concerning religious issues in the state? And now they ask question. And then the last question on my hand says, what if you do not win? Will you forget the We project? And if you win, we not attend to people who did not support you? Almost question. English not correct. Now let me take it correctly. He said, what if you do not win, or which I doubt? Will you forget the We project? And if you win, will you attend to the people who did not support you? Your Excellency, please take the answers.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, a few questions that have been asked. The simpler ones are what happens to the We agenda if we do not win. First and foremost, I think that we still don't understand what the We agenda is about. The We agenda is about you. It's about me. It's about all of us. The We agenda is that you matter, and that we must put your concerns first. And that by the special grace of God, you have to see yourselves as the reason the elections are taking place. You have to understand that elections are about you, and not just about the persons whose names appear on the ballot. That you're voting for somebody in whom you see a bright future for yourself. So the persons that you vote for must be trusted vehicles that will help in the realization of your own aspirations for yourself. There is this disconnect that we always feel between the electorate and those of us whose names sometimes appear on the ballots. So if I approach my friend and I say, please support me, I want to go to the House of Reps, he thinks that what I am saying to him is, support me so I can go and become a big man. But if he begins to know that what I mean is that support me to go to the House of Reps so that I can go there and successfully and properly represent you, then the next question he will ask himself is whether or not I am qualified to truly represent him. The kind of representation that he expects, am I that person that can give him that representation? Because it's about him. But we don't ask those questions because we don't believe that elections are about us. So when you go to cast your vote, you're casting your vote for your future. The reason I stand here and say I want to be governor is because of you. Not so much because of me. So we'll be doing Rivers State a great favor if we decide to elect men and women of character. Men and women whose track record tell us that they can do it. Men and women will have both the heart and the head to deliver. It's not about me. It's about you. It's that you matter and you're very important, and you must know that this election is about you. You will not be going to cast your vote to make me governor. You'll be going to cast your vote so that I can give to you that future that you promised, that you seek to have. That future that I'm talking about now, you're going to cast your vote for me or for whosoever you believe will give you that future. So maybe we'll make it simple by saying that please endeavor to go have your PVCs and endeavor to go out and cast your votes. And that when you go, vote for that man or woman that can help expand this economy to accommodate all of us, that can help strengthen the institutions of states to hold all our aspirations, Look for that man. It does not have to be Dumo Lulu-Briggs. It has to be that man or woman that you believe can deliver for you. Because you want the good life. You must work for the good life. You want to experience the things that they experience in other climes. You must go out and do the things that they do in other climes. You can't do the same thing all over again and expect a different outcome, no. So I am hoping and praying that the message will resonate. The We agenda means that it is time for a collective where we come around together and give to ourselves a government that will provide opportunities for every Rivers man, every Rivers woman, and every Rivers child. And for you, the younger ones, let me tell you why it's more in your interest. I'm older than a lot of you here by at least 25, 30 years. And by natural progression, I will probably die some 25, 30 years before any of you will probably also die. So if you give to yourself a great state, you will enjoy that state at least 30 years more than I will enjoy it. And if things are bad, you will probably suffer it 30 years longer than I will suffer it. So you say education shall be free. The reason why education will be free or not will depend on the government that is in place and the priorities of that government. You say that your bursaries shall be paid. The reason why your bursaries will be paid will depend on the government in place and the priorities of that government. As I mentioned here, I went to public schools. Our public schools were great. Our parents struggled to send their kids to public schools. I didn't have the luxury of private education. I didn't. My parents were poor. They didn't have at the time. But we had the best of education in our public schools. I just mentioned to you that I was taught English by an Englishman at Government Comprehensive Secondary School. That is a public school owned by the Rivers State government. We were taught physics, chemistry, biology by Indians and Pakistanis. Not in our universities, in our secondary schools. We all had hostel accommodations, and hostel accommodations were free. We went to boarding schools and didn't have to pay for boarding. So that is the river state in which I grew up. The river state that gave opportunities to I, the son of a poor man. All of you knew, most of you probably knew my father before he died. And some accounts said he was the richest man, in the Niger Delta. But that man was at some point a truck pusher. He was an agricultural laborer, and this is no record you can find out. In Bida, he was a police recruit. He joined the police force as a recruit. He joined the Nigerian Post Authority as a clerk. So as a young man, my father, that I knew, was a poor man. Living at Kapnamangala, my father used to ride his bicycle to work at Industry Road every day. And I used to trek from Borokiri, Kapnamangala to Moscow Road to go to school. That was my reality. I sold cold water on the streets of Port Harcourt, and you can find out from my mates who are here. But our institutions were strong. Our society was more caring. Every parent was a parent to every child in the neighborhood. And so growing up, I had more food to eat in the home of my neighbors than I had to eat in my home. That was River State for us. It was a caring state. We had the point block, the podium block, built by Data Spiff in the 70s. These were high rises. We had a Rossi house built by an individual. That was a high-rise in River State in the 70s and early 80s. Today, those are perhaps the only high-rises you see. But if you go to Lagos today, there are certain areas they will tell you, if you want to build anything less than 15 stories, keep your money. You don't qualify to be built. So you want to enjoy the good life. You want to see those big cities. You want to traverse those big cities. You need to work for it. So the appeal that I'm making is that you understand that this is about you and you rise up for yourself. Because if we think that it's about making Dumo Lulu-Briggs governor, we will not do the right thing. But if we understand that our vote is a vote for the sort of future that we want, then we'll take ourselves seriously. And that is the real message, that we can do it together. I can't do it alone. We have to work together as a people who understand this time for what it is. So when they did the drama here, it was clear. Perhaps the message didn't sink because it ended by saying support the we agenda. It should have ended by saying support yourselves. That's the we agenda. It's about you. It's about me. And whether or not the we agenda will die if I don't win, no. The we agenda shall continue to live in my soul and in my spirit. And I will do for everyone that which I do, even now that I'm not in government. Nothing has changed. I've been in politics almost like forever. If we don't win the next elections, it will not be the first election that I have contested and I failed. No. It will only be one of several. But every time I continue to do that which I do for people, and I don't need to know who they are. To do for you, I don't need to know who you are. Because growing up, I got support from people that didn't know me. And like I said, I had more food to eat in the home of my neighbors than I had to eat in my home. So it doesn't matter to me where you're from. I don't need to know who you are. If you have a problem and I have the opportunity to help solve that problem, I'll do it without getting to know you. So the we agenda will continue. I am still in the business of paying school fees for people. I'm still in the business of helping people have their small businesses done, taking care of accommodation and all that. For as long as God gives me the opportunity, I have a responsibility to God to spread that opportunity. So the we agenda will not die. But I can tell you, just by being transparent, and by using every penny of the River State government to work for River State people, we'll be able to provide a lot more opportunities for our people. Just by being transparent, cutting off the excesses, you will realize the amount of savings that you can make. Even now, as low as our internal revenue is, we still generate well over 100 and something billion naira internally as a state. But there are states that are also still building roads whose internally generated revenue in the whole year is no more than 40 billion. They are still sending their kids to schools, still providing computers in universities, sometimes in secondary schools. And for us, we are hopeful that we shall provide computers even in our primary schools. Because ICT is key. I've said repeatedly that the entire exuberance of the American economy is propelled by three inventions. Three. the computer, the microchip, and the internet. This whole America is great. American economy is this robust. It's propelled by three inventions. The computer, the microchip, and the internet. By the grace of God, we know what we can do with ICT. The number of homes we can power. So it is cut out for us exactly what we can do. And how was that even achieved? It was the triumvirate, alliance by the academia, the government, and big businesses. So you're going to bring businesses that will tell you the sort of innovations that they desire. And you're going to form your school curriculum to suit those aspirations of those businesses, so that when they come out of schools, they'll be able to provide opportunities for the people who are coming out of schools. It doesn't take too much to do. It's going to be difficult, but we shall do it, and then we shall face that. We shall be very responsible. There are funds that are available in support of education. But to access those funds, the state government will have to make their own counterpart contributions. And once you make those contributions and you access those funds, then you must deploy those funds very transparently. And I can tell you that most states don't access those funds because they don't want to be transparent. We shall have no greater responsibility than to educate the next generation. That is the key. It is not how much money you have. And I've always told my son that what will guarantee you a great future is not the amount of money I have saved in bank accounts for you. What will guarantee you a great future are the institutions of state that we build or strengthen that can hold all your aspirations. And that's what we want to do for all of us. Build those institutions. So that just like me, who got my bursary paid to me in Zaria, you have your bursary paid to you at Ken Poly, which is even nearer. I enjoyed it because governments knew that they had a responsibility to students. And so they prioritized education. UNESCO funding for education is supposed to be 26% of our budget. Education has not had even 7% of any budget in any state in Nigeria. So how do we hope to remove the gap between the rich and the poor if we don't provide quality education to every Rivers home, to every Rivers child? So we know what we have come out to do. And the reason my message resonates with people is because by my antecedents, they know. What I've been doing to support students with personal funds, I am hoping that we shall support students with government funds. You know, if we don't provide opportunities for all, the corresponding expectations of responsibility from all is undeserved. So someone had asked, how do we solve the insecurity problems? Of course, it's difficult, but we know. We have to strengthen our police force. We have to communicate. Everything about this life is communication. People need to know that there are opportunities that are available to them. We must have intervention programs. As we begin to think about serious jobs for you, we must have intervention programs that will ensure that we provide grants for small-scale businesses as an intervention program that must happen in the immediate, whilst we begin to plan for the mid-term and the long term. Between 2013 and 2017, 246 small and medium-scale businesses closed down in Rivers State. And with that, we suffered a loss of 34,000 jobs. So imagine that you provide intervention funds that will not be managed by politicians who will give it to their cronies, but will be managed by the banks to ensure that everybody who has a business proposal that needs that grant is able to access that grant. So the We agenda is not for just those who embrace it, no. As we have said, we are going to run a government that is inclusive. I've known all my life that accommodation is better than exclusion. And exclusion can breed all kinds of things. So it will not matter to us when we form government, whether you're in the PDP, whether you're in the APGA, whether you're in Accord, whether you're in SDP, whether you're in APC, it shall only matter to us that you're a law-abiding resident of Rivers State. It has to be government that shows that things can be done differently. In Lagos State for 12 years, an Igbo man was the commissioner for urban development. So all the urban renewal you saw in Lagos State was superintended by an Igbo man. And so what I have always said is that we shall use the best of us to work for the rest of us. So even from amongst you here, from amongst the people who came on this stage and did that drama so beautifully, we can find the best of us. And we shall use them to work for the rest of us. That's the minimum that we can do. That is the minimum that we owe you as Rivers people. That we fold our sleeves and begin to work for you. And as I have said, my pledge to you is simple. That because I know that when you go and cast your vote for the things that we are saying, you'll be doing that with a lot of expectations. You'll be doing so with a lot of hope. So my prayer and what I will work for is that those who will believe in the goodness of our hearts, in the functionality of our brains, and leave their fates in the hands of a government that we shall form, shall have a cause to say amen to their prayers. That's the minimum that we can do. And so when I said that I will put my hand in the mud for you, I mean that I will put my hand in the mud for you. Oh yes, I will put my hand in the mud for you. We shall provide jobs. We shall provide homes and businesses that you can own and call your own. For so many years, Bori had remained a glorified municipal council. We shall ensure that Bori is a city. So when I say that we shall provide cities that you can traverse, I mean that we shall provide cities that you shall traverse. No, by that I mean that we are going to provide very even development. We are going to ensure that we put round pegs in round holes. So we are going to provide health care that cares. There's a scheme that I've just put in place now, already. I and a few of my friends in our private capacity. We are providing through HMOs free healthcare service for 10 elderly people, men and women, in every local government area of Rivers State. 10 in each local government area, old women and men over 70. So in all, we are providing free medical services for 230 old people through the HMOs. What that means is that if your mother is sick, all she needs to go to do is that you take her to the hospital and she will access Medicare for free for the next 1 year. Now, we're already doing that as a test run to see if it is working, how it works, so that we shall replicate it when we form government. And the next group of people that we are going to target are our children, our infants from 0 to 6. We want to see how we can provide free medical services for those ones who are quite vulnerable, the young and the old. So when I say that we shall provide health care, it's not time for campaign, so I don't want to go into campaign so it doesn't say that I'm campaigning. But I want to just put it that when I say that we shall provide health care that cares, we mean to provide health care that cares. When I say that we shall provide education that enlightens, we mean to provide education that enlightens. When I say that we shall provide the rule of law that guarantees your freedom, that's what I mean, that we provide the rule of law that guarantees your freedom. And when I say that I shall fill every minute with 60 seconds of productive activity for you, that's what I mean to do. And as I also said, if by the grace of God we form the next government, then I know that a lot is expected. And for the Nigerian students, as I have said, I shall stand with you until the last dog dies. That means I shall continue to work with you until the day after forever. That's the minimum that I can do. But you see, I need you to work for yourself. I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to invest in your future. I need you to take your life a lot more seriously. Which is the opportunity that the next election provides. Take me out of the equation. Put yourself in the equation. What sort of life do I want? How do I bring about that life? If it is not Dumo that will help to bring that life, don't vote for him. Vote for that man or woman that will help bring it about. Because you deserve it. You don't deserve a Dumo Lulu-Briggs, you deserve good governance. You deserve dividends of democracy. The only reason you vote for me is because you believe that I will help you to realize your own aspirations for yourself. If you don't so believe, vote for that person who will do it for you. But please, do something. Don't do it for Dumo Lulu-Briggs, do it for yourself. Do it for your parents. When I go to our communities, I see the poverty everywhere. And it's the same story in Abonima, as it is in Kedere, as it is in Andoni. It's the same story. People are dying. And I worry, because if we look at the dissonance between reality and potential, it will worry all of us. And if we try to make sense of the discord, the exasperation in society, we just need to remind ourselves that revolutions don't come by appointment. And that is why I am standing here saying that I want to run elections. It's not so much because I want to be called governor, but because I know that on the last day I shall also answer to my Maker when he will pose that question to me, what did you do? So if by this our discussion today, I am able to move you to go and do that which you believe is best for your future, then I have succeeded. I don't have to be the one that you give the responsibility to do the work. We can give it to somebody who is prepared to do the work. And so when I say that it's time for someone smart enough to know, someone strong enough to do, and someone sure enough to lead, it's time for a new voice, for a new River State. God bless all of us.
Let's see. That was, in fact, he gave a general
Number of persons we have enabled to own their own homes and businesses, not just by the quantum of persons who have been to schools, but by the quality of their education, which shall be defined by the number of persons we moved from unemployment to employment, from poverty to prosperity, by the number of cities we have, whether Greater Port Harcourt has truly been made greater, whether Trans-Calabari is built, whether Bori is a thriving city or just a glorified municipal council. Please don't touch us with your dirty politics. No, no, no. You can't stop us. We have set our sights where our strides shall take us. We have seen that River State of limitless opportunities that works for every Rivers man, woman, and child. And that's where we're going. That's our destination. Don't touch us. You can't stop us. My name is Dumo Lulu-Briggs.
and we are done. 2 live questions, please. Where are the rolling mic? Where are the rolling mic? Okay, please. We want to take from this direction, please. Where's the mic? Take it to the hand there. Okay? And then we'll take one from this point, and then one from this end, and we are done, please. Time. Please, your question, please.
Good evening, His Excellency, Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs, and other dignitaries present here. I have no doubt concerning the heart to do things for River State. I was sitting down here vividly listening to everything that you've said, and I know you have the heart to do it. But let's also diversify from the education sector to what will be after our educational pursuit. I am, by the grace of God, I'm doing my PhD. Now, when we leave school, we should be able to have a state where industrialization is a keynote. River State should be a working state, a production state, whereby you have factories, you have industries, different places producing different things that will give employment. Then secondly, we should also look at what we call the tech hub. In Lagos State, things like that operate. There are a lot of us here that have ideas in the tech business. Some of us have ideas on things that we can do with tech. But because we do not have that support funds, it is very difficult for us. So I want a River State whereby there will be a tech hub. People will come and show their... No.
Thank you.
A tech hub where people will come and show their business ideas. From there, they can be supported. Because I believe with all this, students will not understand to vote right if it's in doing after school. So please, I am not asking a question, I am appealing to your conscience that River State Calm down.
Calm down, please. Calm down.
Outside education, you need a job.
His Excellency, we should calm down. His Excellency.
Calm down. So please, Excellency, I am appealing to you that outside education, look at these sectors that can make us as students and after school have a better future. On this, I see no reason why students will not vote for you when come the election day, if they have all these in line as your promises. Thank you.
That's the last. Should we take one?
Yeah, you can do from a woman, maybe. The women there.
That was an appeal, and your appeal has been taken note of. It's a corporate River State. Please, one question. His Excellency said we should take question. Just take one more question. Okay, Eleji.
Okay, thank you very much, His Excellency, Chief Barrister.
A question,
Dumo
please.
Lulu-Briggs. Okay. My question is, having heard what you've said, I would like to ask you, how do you intend to decongest Port Harcourt City and to spread infrastructural development to touch across other local governments? Because looking at the tertiary institutions, they are situated in Obiako local government and Port Harcourt City. So I would like to ask how you intend to work on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. One house, please. One house. One house. I know that we're all getting exhausted. I mean, time is fast spent, you know. But let's please try and hear ourselves. Thank you. Let us hear ourselves. You know, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for finding the courage to do a PhD. You know, it was the dream of my father, because he had barely 4 years of formal education. But when I went to school, I went all the whole hog and did a PhD. For some reason, I didn't find the courage to do a PhD. I stopped at just the master's level. I have a master's degree from the University of London, but I didn't have the courage to do a PhD. So I'd like to thank you for finding the courage to do a PhD. And I'd like to encourage all of us, you know, to try to go to the extent that we can. Most times when you have a PhD, the expectation is that you're going to go to universities to go and teach. And when you see that lecturers are not getting paid, promotion hardly comes, you know, it becomes a disincentive for people to want to do a PhD, you know, so because they don't want to go to the universities to go and teach. But clearly, as I've said, what I possess is not just the heart to get things done. In fact, even more than what I have in my heart is what I have in my head. So as I said, I have both the heart and the head to bet that River State of our dreams. So I know that we need to diversify even the economy. We need to expand the economy to accommodate all of us. And I have put a study, and I've always said, when you ask economists to run you a program about what can be done in River State, and they tell you that the biggest revenue earner for River State is not even oil and gas as you know it today, but agriculture and tourism. So when I say that we shall make Bori a city, it also answers her question, which is that we are going to have cities from outside of just Port Harcourt and Obiako. And the reason we'll be doing that is because we understand the tourist attraction that we can draw from there. I am Calabari. I am not unaware of the fact that there is no tertiary institution anywhere in the entire Calabar area. So I don't need to be reminded, that these are things that we have to do to spread development across the length and breadth of River State. I don't need to be reminded at all that these are the things that we need to do to grow the economy so that we can even have the necessary funds to invest in our education. So my emphasis is not on education, but because I realize that education is at the core of everything. You're seeking an opportunity today that we should provide some sort of funding for ICT for people who want to go into businesses. It is because you've had the education, that is why you can seek the funding. So we want to make sure that the education is available to everybody, so that as you desire that fund, they shall also desire funds in their own disciplines as well. Education is what can bring about the development of each and every one of us. And so we understand it. Let me just tell us. When they call this place the oil rivers, it wasn't because of crude oil. The British flocked into this area in the 19th and 20th century, not because of crude oil, but because of palm oil. And in this state, we had a company called Reason Palm. We no longer have it. We had water glass industry. The whole of Transamadi were filled with industries. We don't have them. So I know that we need to grow the productive base again of our economy. And we're going to have clusters so that these things are spread across the length and breadth of the state. It's not time for campaign sales. You see our manifesto so that you know that everything that we have come here to say to you are things that we have thought through. We're not just talking because we want to talk. And like I said, they say politicians, campaign in poetry, but then govern in prose. So I understand it, that I need to match my words with actions. And so I have put together the study long enough to come up with the things that we need to do. I'm from the private sector, and I know how it means to make businesses grow. I took over a business that was owing well over $200 and something million. And in 2.5 years, we repaid all our loans. I'm not talking about 200 and something million naira, $200 and something million. In 2.5 years, we repaid all our loans. And by the grace of God, we had to farm out 40% of our assets to be able to access those loans. We did not only repay our loans, but we bought back our 40% by the company that gave us the loan. I was the MD of that company. Today, Platform Petroleum that we run was given one of the smallest assets. Our production has not been anything more than 2,000, 3,000 barrels. But we've been able to manage our wells and our reservoirs so successfully. And we've done very big things. And we're one of the three companies that formed Seplat. It was Platform Petroleum, Shiba Petroleum, and Morel and Prom of France. Today, Seplat is the biggest indigenous oil and gas company in Nigeria, quoted both on the Lagos and the London stock exchanges. We have diversified. We were small. At some point in 2016, and this is part of the challenge that I feel, we felt that we had done slightly well and we needed to build a house of our company. As I said, the name of the company is Platform, so we wanted to build Platform House. So we bought a piece of land on Victoria Island. Got the architects, they gave us the building designs. And then we approached the building authorities for approval for us to build 7 stories. And they came back to us to say that by Lagos state law, all the buildings on that stretch of road on Victoria Island had to be a minimum 15 stories. I must have 3 floors of parking. So the first 3 floors will be your car park, first floor, second floor, and the third floor Otherwise, you had to do underground parking. That was Lagos state law. So we came prepared to build 7 stories, and it didn't qualify to be built. So we went back to the drawing board, called the architects, they did their beauty parade, and we went back there and we built 19 stories. It is called the Greystone Towers. It's there standing on Victoria Island. Now, what I am saying about this is that it tells you the strength of the Lagos economy. That you have money to build 7 stories, and they say to you, no, keep your money in your pocket. It doesn't qualify to be built on this area in Lagos. If today I want to build 7 stories anywhere in Port Harcourt, people will park their cars and they'll look at the view and they'll marvel and say, wow, what did the man they build here? It will be a tourist attraction, but it didn't qualify to be built in Lagos. And in 1999, Rivers State was at par with Lagos State. Today, Lagos State is on autopilot. Lagos State is the 4th largest economy in Africa, after Nigeria, South Africa, and Egypt. So our job is cut out for us. So when I stand here to talk to us, I'm not saying that the people who have been in government, as our governors, have not done well, but they have not taken us to that place of our dreams. And that is where we want to go. So as they say, that war is politics with bloodshed. Politics is war without bloodshed. But we are engaged in that war. And it is called the war against poverty, the war against illiteracy, the war against hunger, the war against unemployment, the war against hate. And as I've always said, if you fight these wars successfully, then the war against insecurity would itself have been won 90%. So I'm coming into government to fight war against hunger, war against joblessness. We need to move people from poverty to prosperity. That's our mandate. We need to create billionaires and millionaires of all of you. That which you conceive in your heart, you can make it your reality. And all I owe all of us is sincerity, transparency. Working together, we shall give to ourselves that river state of our dreams. But what I'm saying is that you know that this is the dream. And we hope that by 2023 elections, we can begin to realize that dream. But let this dream be in the hearts of all of you. So that even if for some reason we don't achieve it in 2023, let the dream not die in all your hearts. And so that you all know that you owe it to River State to awaken up from our slumber. Because River State has a lot of promise, the promise of a great destiny. And that destiny, to bring it about, is in your hands. That destiny is in your hands. As young people, with so much brilliance, so much enthusiasm, so much dreams. Today, when trains go from Tokyo to Kyoto in 30 minutes, we cannot afford to accept the bicycle as a means of transportation. What we have been getting, compared to what we should have, is bicycle transportation. We want to change that. You have to change that for yourselves. Because if it happens, when it happens, you'll be the ones to enjoy it the longest. River State shall remain great. only if you put in your best. You can do it. I can do it. We all can do it if we try.
It's a great state, yes, my friend, that's not in doubt. River State will remain great, only if you put in your best. You can do it, I can do it, we all can do it if we try.
Thank you.
So let's do it, let us do it, let us build River State. Rivers make River State great. Don't let this chance pass us by.
Thank you.
Thank you, Millie. Please, a round of applause for His Excellency, please. Celebrate him, celebrate him. Keep clapping, please, keep clapping.
So, before I exit this magnificent, podium and this spotlight, I'm actually having fun talking, with the energy of River State. The energy of River State is you. I'm only trying to connect to your energy for us to be able to do it for Rivers people. So please, I want all of you to know that you deserve greatness. I want all of you to know that greatness is just there. That there's a strong dissonance between reality and potential. The potential is heavy. The reality is abysmal. Rise up. So I would say, as Bill Clinton always said, that may the Lord, one house, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that you should rise from your feet. I didn't. I would say, as Bill Clinton always said, that may the Lord of our weary years and our silent tears lift our hearts to the challenges of this present time, and that let all of us live in the inspirations of the pressing needs of this present time. Thank you, and God bless us. Thank you. I can come now. Am I free to exit the stage?
Yes, my friend, that's not in doubt. River State will remain great, only if you put in your best. You can do it, I can do it, we all can do it if we try. So let's do it, let us do it, let us build River State. Rivers make River State great. Don't let this
Thank you very much,
just
DJ.
pass us by.
DJ, thank you. Please, before we take the media interview section with His Excellency, we'd like to make welcome Precious Organ for his official vote of thanks. And thereafter, please.
Greatest Nigerian students, Your Excellency, the DG, the Vice Chairman of the party, Alabo, Her Excellency, the incoming Deputy Governor, student leaders, the NANS leaders, SUG presidents, NOS presidents, students from Oil and Gas Bonnie, students from Ken Poly, students from Uniport, students from IAU, students from ROSU, and every other one seated here. I want to say a very big thank you for honoring us. May God Almighty grant us all journey mercies back to our various destinations in the name of Jesus. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
To be upstage right now, please. Please be quiet, please, be calm. Be calm, comrade, I beg. We are doing an interview, please be calm, thank you. Thank you. There is just one last performance after now. We'll shut down, please, let's relax. Thank you.
Actively, to ensure that everything is done to make sure that they become the great men and women that we want them to become. And through their greatness, River State too shall become greater.
So when you say you're going to open and expand River State, what do you mean by that?
Oh, well, no, just as I said, there are things that ought to have happened. Rotimi Amechi tried the Greater Port Harcourt thing, but I asked myself today, right, has Port Harcourt truly been made greater? And the answer, of course, is no. But that was great of intentions, And now, so we're going to ensure that Port Harcourt truly becomes, greater than it is today. And we're also going to ensure that just as we have in Lagos, where today, if you go to Lagos, Ikeja is a city, Lekki is a city, Victoria Island is a city, Ikoyi is a city, that Surulere is even a city. So there are so many cities in one, and as you expand these places and you make them prosperous, right? The people who live in those areas also become prosperous. Morocco was, one dead place. Today, Morocco and the Lekki areas, right, have produced billionaires. Why? Just as government took development to those areas, landowners there themselves became billionaires, and millionaires. So there's a whole lot that we're going to try to do when we try to expand River State. So we're going to move River State from being a one-city state to be a multi-city state. So Bori, yes, it's a great contender for that. The other axis, even in our areas, we think that we can still have another city. Because we're going to do a lot with regards to tourism, we are going to have the sort of growth that will be spread across the entire state. We are going to move institutions, to places where they should be so that everybody will feel that. We are going to bring development closer to the people. And we are going to engage with our local governments because they are the first respondents to ensure that they deliver the dividends of democracy. So part of what we must do is that every penny that should go to local government A goes to local government A. That the government does not keep one penny of local government funds. Because we truly must take development to the people. Enough is clearly enough. That's too much hunger. People are dying on a daily basis. We need to respond to that by being responsible, by taking on the responsibility and realizing that we are as strong as the weakest, amongst us. So it is upon all of us to do the needful, and by the special grace of God, that's what I intend to do, and that is what, by God's grace, I shall do for Rivers.
So from your speech, you showed someone that is so passionate about education, talking about bursary, giving a loan. Can you give us a recap of some of these things you intend to do?
Yes, because the loan thing, right, for me, I've had situations about people who write to me to say, well, I'm in my final here, I can't pay my school fees, We've been given deadlines and all of that. And I know how many of such persons have helped, in their hundreds that have helped. And so for me, I ask myself, why would somebody drop out of school because he's unable to pay school fees in a particular year? So if we can make loans available to these students, and they can access those loans, they should be able to pay their school fees, and finish with their education. And that will also put a greater responsibility on government to provide opportunities for them to access jobs when they leave. Because that's the only way they can repay those loans. So government will no longer sleep. Government will be on her feet, knowing that, that there are so much that we have promised and so much that we need to do. So when I say that we're going to give loans, it is because of experiences that I've had, from across, all the institutions over the years about people, who are almost at the verge of dropping out, and those who probably have not been able to access me and who have dropped out of school for the simple reason that they couldn't pay their fees. Or some people who say, they let me sit for the exams, but I couldn't go to do my NYSC because I didn't, pay for this, I haven't paid for that. So, I haven't served, I was supposed to have served last year, I have not served, even now. So these are real life situations that we must address. So when I say that we're going to do that, we're going to do that. So we're going to take education to every home. The most important thing with regards to education is that everybody should have access to it, that the quality of education has to be high, and that it has to be relevant. And those three things we must remember, and will become the cardinal principles of education policy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
I didn't see. Okay. Okay. I will give them.
Let me remove.
The million people that cover your
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
Excellency, thank you so much, sir, for coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while His Excellency, according to him, he will be on the door. Please, the stipend is going to go this way. Please, no rowdiness. Please, we'll take Bonnie, we'll take Omok, and then every other person from this direction. So right about now, please, we'd like to bring up on stage. We'd like to bring up on stage the Alpha Dance Crew. The Alpha Dance Crew on stage right now, please. Please let it not be rowdy. Let it not be rowdy, please. Bonnie, Omok, Ogoni, all the people coming from far places, and then others. DJ, please give us the Alpha Dance team, their beats. We are done with events. Please, everybody sit down until it's your turn. Sit down, please. The coordination is going to happen outside. You will get your stipend. You get your stipend.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, boy, let me go crazy. I'm gonna say you sure for me. Say make a withdraw money.
And please make sure you trend the hashtag. You make sure you trend the hashtag TLB2023. Information says everybody should be seated, please. Everybody should be seated, please. Your transport will get to you. Your transport will get to you. Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu-Briggs is capable. That's the Alpha Dance team. See.
please, we'll call your name. As we call your name, you come out and you take it, and then that should be the end of it. Please. Please sit down, all of you. Sit down. Look at that. Look at the call one by one. One at the ring down.
You hear your name. Go and sit down.
Adjuro, Alice. This is Adjuro. It doesn't matter.
Let's start from distance schools.
The money cannot go back.
Alabama, ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ láti ramala. Mo wọ Gucci, lọ Japan mo lọ jẹ sushi. Christian Dior, ògo mi dẹ̀ ti bùyọ̀. Mo wọ Prada.
So can you tell it up the music, please?
Only the ones that sign.
Oh, make her leave me now. Agbolu Miracle Francis. Agbolu Miracle Francis. Ada Dumeti Chooks. We're dealing with Ken Polytechnic first. Okay. I'll give her money. Please, as you come here and you collect your going, please, right? So that we can finish. So please, just gather your things as you're leaving, please. Right? You already have your food pack. Everything will be given to you here. So you just take and then you go. Akpan Dennis Daniel.